presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. What do you say? What do you say? You want to do this together? Yeah, I woke you up, didn't I? You gonna poke me? Anyway, you see the cat. She looks so thrilled to be here. She always loves being on camera. Actually, she hates being on camera. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program. Tonight, we take a first look at Action PC 2021 Golf. Action PC Golf. It's helpful when you get the name of the game that you're actually doing a first look of. Action PC Golf 2021, the new release from Dave Cook Sports that came out today, this 14th day of July 2021. We're going to do a casual round, and then we'll listen to your suggestions and such. We'll look at some of the new graphics that they have with you and show you the schedule and other things that you would like to see or have poked at in the game. If you've been watched any of my virtual unboxings, first looks, you know how this works. We play some stuff. I talk to you, we suggest some things, and we go from there. And so, do you have everything to add, Miss M? M is staring at herself on the other monitor and is not a very happy camper. All that, no one's watching. All right, so let's set up a casual round, shall we? We're doing this from... The game comes with, I believe, 24 courses, although I only counted 14 new folder in my data folder that were changed. So let's... No, I didn't say your name. Let's do DeChambeau. Versus the U.S. Open champion, Jon Rahm. I'm sure there are new pictures of these golfers. You get everybody. So, sudden death. The tide, you're not seeing anything. What do you mean you're not seeing anything? Oh. Now you're seeing it. So again, it doesn't necessarily work with the best of windows there. So we'll do DeChambeau and Jon Rahm. I want to animate computer golfers. Just click there for human control or computer control. Now everything is based on a 10. So DeChambeau is really long off the tee. He rates a 9.3. Not the most accurate. Irons, 8.6 for DeChambeau, 9.4 for Rahm. That's how you win U.S. Opens. DeChambeau's short game is really bad. Rahm's isn't much better. And so overall, they're 795 and 798. So where do we want to take these golfers? I have an idea. See if I can find it. Take him to the U.S. Open, Torrey Pines. Now the rough is very heavy, the greens aren't too fast, and it's the same crappy picture that we had the last time. So, if you remember in this game, the whole... Oh, crap. Good thing you have two monitors. The whole thing here is for when you set the line, it's going to be where the ball lands. Now DeChambeau can drive. How you doing, TB Polly? 1.75 miles. So he wants to hit it about 316. So I'm going to aim there. See where the arrow now points? That's new. And to hear all the goals and such. I'm disappointed that we couldn't get better pictures. And right off the bat, see, it's a 1 degree miss to the left, but because he's going so long with the driver, look, he carried it 334 yards. But he is caught behind a tree. Okay, John Rahm, 301 is his number. So we'll have to worry about the sand there. But again, if you've played the game once before, you've played it 1,000 times. And he puts his drive into the sand. And look at the miss on that, .06. Isn't that fun? So they both missed the fairway on number 1. So Rahm will play first into a heavy, heavy wind. Aiming at the hole. 160, huh? All right. 8 iron. And again, a half a degree to the right. So it's pretty much the same information as it was all before. Now what's DeChambeau got? I can actually go for this. And again, he didn't miss left, but he's in that bunker. In 2. Alright, so this is one of the new things. You can do, onto the sand, you can do a low spin shot, a standard shot, or a high spin shot. Now, don't click on the green with any of these. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a low spin shot. And it's going to show me where it's going to land, where it should land, and go in the hole, and go hopefully towards the hole. A standard shot, I like that one better because I'm going to land it on the green. And it says, a standard bunker shot, the golfer strikes the sand several inches behind the ball, resulting in a shot that lands softly with a moderate amount of spin. The low one, a simple, conservative running bunker shot, striking the sand further behind the ball, makes the shot more forgiving but less precise. Well, what you want to do is you want Dave to hit the one that actually gets it to the hole on there. And sometimes, so you got to pick the right club. A soft landing, a high spin bunker shot, a soft landing, high spinning bunker shot for attacking tight pins. The golfer strikes the sand very close to the ball, so the shot is a bit riskier than normal. We're into a standard. So let's see if that works. My caddy says it should work. But Rahm underhit it, and I've got 11 feet left for par. Okay, DeChambeau. See, I like that. But again, you keep expecting that it's going to be perfect. And golfers don't hit perfect shots. I like the way that the computer wants that, so I'll go with that. The problem is, actually, he got that pretty close. The problem is, you don't know until after you hit it whether it's a good shot or not. On real golf courses, well, you know, it's a guessing game for sure, Dave. All right, so let's see. Rahm will go first. And this is new. Normal putt, a standard putt at the speed of which a runner will ball about 18 inches past the hole if missed. The idea is to make sure the ball gets to the hole while leaving an easy next putt. Ha ha ha! All right, he's got a 40% chance of making this. Now, did he get it to within 18 inches? No. Well, yeah, he did. 22. So Rahm taps in for bogey. And DeChambeau taps in for par. So we'll play another hole. 389 downwind. There's no way in heck I'm playing driver with these two. Now, this is where I want to land it. 283. A 3-wood. For DeChambeau. He'd probably take a driver and try to drive the green. He nuked it. Actually, he underhit it and hit it left. Well, I've hit 3 shots off the tee and not even come close to finding a fairway yet. Let's try there with Rahm. Oh, that might actually find a fairway. It does! Hey, hey! Downwind. I mean, I hit it 317 off the tee. I aimed for 270. I missed it 3 degrees to the right and hit pay dirt. Carried 295 and rolled 22. So, Rahm's got a good chance to get that bogey back. Okay, DeChambeau. Lob power. Into the wind. Leave it short. 95 yards. Obstructed stance. And now I got to fiddle with the power thing. Now, shot, again, this is new. Distance control is the most accurate on 100% shots with a large penalty above 100 and a very small one below. You're going to hit this with 95% power. Gardner's pulling his hair out now. By the way, Dave got to 1,000 subs on YouTube. And so, Dave's last comment is right. You don't know how to fix it. And that's the very frustrating thing in this game. There's no card to sit there and read, okay, I know he'll do A, B, and C. You really are just kind of taking shots in the dark. Now, Rahm, high spin, add extra spin to wedge shots with a small penalty to distance control. I want this to go about 65 yards. So I'll hit this with 60% power. So almost a 2/3 shot. Spin, spin. Hit it a little bit hard, a little bit to the right, and 12 feet for birdie. Now, here is the new stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go through the clubs here. Do I want to chip a high percentage, low running shot? The chip is a simple shot. Chip is a simple shot to execute with predictable results, but requires a lot of room. Do I want that? No. You know why? Because it's going to start in the rough, and I don't want that ball to be in the rough. It'll hang up there. Do I chip it with a pitching wedge? Again, no, because the ball will land in the rough and die. I need that ball to make the green. Okay, a pitch shot, a medium loft shot that is about half carry and half roll from a good lie. We've got a good lie here. Although it requires a bit more skill than a chip shot, the pitch is simple. Is still a simple, low-risk play. Is that what I want to do? Maybe. I can get it on the green. It's downhill. I probably would play that. A lob shot is a high shot with a lofted wedge that lands softly. The shot must be struck well, but can access tighter pin positions even for moderate to poor lies. Again, you can draw a path to the hole. The flop shot is a nearly full swing with a wide open club face, results in a very high shot that lands softly. It is risky, but sometimes the only way to get close to the pin. That's very tight. I'm going to hit a pitch here. The super flop shot, and that's new, is an extra high, extra risky. It's Phil Mickelson golf. Flop shot. The ball will stop quickly on the green, but distance control is very difficult. Okay, so I got a good lie. I know I can get it here with a pitching wedge. We're going to pitch it. Lands on the green. That's a good shot. About 4 feet for par. And Rahm's going to leave me 2 feet for the average lead. So he's going to go for it from 12 feet. Got back his bogey. And DeChambeau made par. So they're both even. We'll do a couple more holes. Par 3. Okay. Heavy wind, downhill. I'm aiming here. 198, huh? Gonna go with an 8-iron. That's a 2-club wind. You go behind, it's dead. Will that catch the slope? That's on the green. That's actually not a bad shot. I missed it a little bit to the left. I hit it a little too hard. I've got 30 feet, but it's a par 3. And so I've got a nasty little downhill putt to go. Nine iron. Yeah, I can't do much about that because I had to draw the smart monitor for it. You can see where that one landed. That's pretty good. You can't see with the aggressive button. I'm going to normally putt this. Down the hill we go. Tap in par. Let's see the scoring thing. And DeChambeau just... Alright, we'll do one more hole. Let me see what you can see. You can't see how heavy the wind is. It's blowing in their face on this hole. The cat's not happy. We'll do this one more hole. But I think that shot is pretty typical of Dave's very valid complaints about this game. You aim it to where you want to aim it, where you want the ball to land, but not where the shot wants to finish. You think you have it set the way you do, then it misses 3 degrees to the right. It goes 70 yards short of where you want it to go, and you don't even hit the, and you're thick in the grass. And he missed it to the left. Again, there's no indication of what you've done wrong with the shot when you hit it. Except for you could land a 747 between where those shots landed. Alright, what else do you guys want to see? See, with here, if I go here, you see everything. So when I drew the screen boundaries, that's everything except for the top bar. Let me show you how, we'll just pick a golfer here. There, let's go with Dustin Johnson because I have his picture. Midlife crisis, how are you? Had a very realistic Golf Sim app on your phone years ago. The same problem. The key was never to swing 100% power. Well, the thing is here, the computer is doing the swinging for you. You set the target, you choose the club, and there you go. So, okay, so here's what you get. Dustin Johnson, you can view his card here. And so this would be his card. He's American. He's 37 this year. These are all based out of 10, so his distance very good, 8.4. Not the most accurate golfer in the world. He's a 7. Long irons, 8.7. Mid irons, 8.5. Short irons, 8.6. His short game isn't very good. Wedges, 6.6. Short game, 6.6. Sand play, 7. Putting, decent, 7.4s and 7.5. He will miss both left and right. It will tell you that. His shot height is normally very high, and his preferred shot shape is straight. So no hook, no slice. His overall rating is 7.9. So if we were to do a tournament and have a computer play it quickly, it would give you all the stats. It's a very good stat package. If you care about things like that, keeps track of everything. If he had played in a tournament, this is where tournament summaries would be. You can review round by round of every tournament he's been in the year. You can open up the Wikipedia page and find him. And probably lots of yapping about his wife Paulina Gretzky. You can have him to be your favorite golfer. You can always human control him. You can set not to decrease his world ranking points on his week off. And you can change the clubs in his bag. You got to carry 14. He carries everything in blue. So a driver, a 3-wood, a 5-wood. You can change one of those to a 4-wood or a 7-wood. And the number in parentheses is how far they should go. Irons 1 through 9. Nobody plays with the 2. I play with a 1. He does not use a hybrid. That's kind of a wood. It's a hybrid between a wood and an iron. And then he carries, you can see all the wedge options you have. Pitching, 2 gap, 3 sand, a lob, and an extra lob. So he carries, by default, a pitching wedge, a sand wedge, and a lob wedge. And everybody's got to carry a putter. Any questions? You can edit the golfer. So if you want him to do better with things again or worse with things again, you can change it. You can make him lefty. You can make him righty. I didn't see which ones were really new at TV, Paulie. I know that there's a lot of new layouts for courses. I think there are now 16 different or 20 different layouts for Augusta National. So if I wanted to take, let's say, I'm just going to the Master Champion out, I can now choose where the hell is it? Magnolia. Augusta National. Yeah, Carnousties new this year. And here's all the layouts that I can possibly play. Default, 50 through 93. And take him out on the course that he won. You can do, let's do no wind. Because that's the best way to start. So I know this is pinched on the bottom. His driver will take him 291. I can do that. It's downhill. How easy is it to shape shots? Well, and if someone like Bubba Watson, who has a natural fade, can that be depicted in the game? Every golfer, it tells you his preferred shot shape and stuff. This top that's cut off. He likes to go high and hit straight, but it's kind of hard to show. That's that text. Move the slider to the right or left to make the ball curve away from the aiming line. So if I went, I could hit a draw, or I could hit a big fade. And you gotta be careful with the slider because it swings out. But if you have a favorite golfer and you know how they play, you can shape shots. Alright, so what's he got? In the taller trees. Going right at this pin. Pitching wedge. And he did quite well with that. Missed the birdie putt, but he did quite well. That text on the screen would get annoying after a while. We'll play this hole and then we'll show you a tournament. Thing is with this game is you got to be so precise where you want that landing spot to be. My best chance of him hitting this straight is to aim it right there. It's telling me 299 with 100% power. I know you can't see that, but it's telling me 299 with a carry, so it's aimed right at 299. Is the shot shape depicted in the animation? Well, I know you want to hit it straight here, so we'll do that with the next shot because he shouldn't be able to get home in two. I hit it left, but I hit it good, and it 322. All right, so you can actually get it here. 246. We'll go 3-iron. All right, we'll hit a 6-yard draw. I moved that one. Actually, I should hit fade. So I hit a 4-yard fade. So you should see a slight fade here. And if you could say that, you're a better man than I. However, that's for eagle. Stay on the right tier. He's got 13 feet for eagle. One more hole. The short par 4. I'm not hitting a driver here. Alright, I'm going to hit a draw midlife, a 10-yard draw. Let's see how close to those trees it gets. Great shot, good clap. You know what? If it's depicting it in the animation, I honestly can't tell. And that's how you blow an eagle. All right, so here's the other new shot. Skip and check, a low trajectory, high spin shot that takes skill to execute. Think Carnoustie here. For a strong short game players, it's a reliable way to get close to tight pins, but it's only available from good fairway lies. Can we do it here? No, I don't like it. Do I want to chip with a 9-iron? No, because my projected shot finishes short of the pin. Do I want to chip with a pitching wedge? Absolutely not. Oh my God, that's terrible. How about a regular pitch shot? No. I guess we're going to do the skip and check here. It definitely drew at the end as it was landing. Okay. So let's see if this new shot works. The answer is yes. So before, he probably would not have been able to make par on that hole. Because I hit a terrible second shot with him. But because of that, able to spin that in from the fairway, he had himself a gimme par. Yeah, I think so. All right, one more. Par 3. Oh my God. We don't aim at this pin. And we hope and pray we can get a 3-iron on here. I hit it straight. I check it in the bank. It'll be on the green, but on the wrong tier. But not too bad. "90 feet. I think we'll land." Thinking of making it from 5 feet. Barely. Yeah, midlife crisis. I think, and I didn't see SG Jamie's comment there. I think that is the kind of bugaboo about this game. It is not for casual golf fans. I don't think. I think it plays very realistically. You have to think your way around the course. There were no scenarios, by the way, Dave. I checked. The last one was from 2019. It'll play. Yeah, it's cheap. It was only $14.50 if you bought another version of it, or just use the word tour for the coupon. It's $15, and it comes with 24 courses. Right, we've seen enough of that. Let's show you how a tournament works. I seem to be flying in the dark, but some of it I am. I don't think I have this course. I don't think I can play it. This is now fast. For quick plays for a tournament, normal rounds are played in full detail and can be paused and joined at any time. Faster rounds are played in full detail, but in a simulation order that minimizes loading times. Rounds can't be paused or joined in progress 20 to 30% faster. Fastest quick play model. Quick play modes uses a simplified simulation model. Rounds can't be joined in progress 80% faster. Nothing on the course. Nope. Okay. So I have to edit the event. It's going to play this event at Firestone. Let's get a field. if you don't own the course that the event is at, it will just change it one to one that you can. Not going to change any of these. I'm not sure how much of this you're going to be able to see. This looks the same as it always has done. It's not playing all that fast. And it's going to be playing this for a few minutes. So, any other questions while we wait for this to do its round thing? So yeah, it's interesting to see some of the comments here. All the detail is impressive, but might be more than I want to deal with playing. Not seeing any real changes from last year. And in fact, I'm not seeing much in the changes from last year. I just seem to be flying in the dark. Well, Dave, usually I am, but one of the things that Dave and I talked about off camera was that I don't think that the game does a very good job in giving you the right information to make your decisions easier for each shot. And if you're a hardcore golf fan, I think you can get around that, because you're going to want to be playing simple. But if you're just there with a beer or something like that and want to play, or just kick up your feet and play a quick 18, I just don't see this being your game. Again, it seems to be... I think the game is a paradox, to be honest with you. I think it is probably the best simulation of tournament golf I've ever seen. Now, the question is, do you want a simulation of tournament golf, or do you just want to go out and play a round of golf? The game does give you quite a bit of information, but is it worth for you as a player to want to process all that to go through? Almost a carbon copy of 2020, save the bunker shot and short game changes. Yeah, and again, to go back to what Dave was saying, it doesn't always work, and there's really nothing there to tell you what you've done right or what you've done wrong. You see the result. And yeah, you can go through and click on the card and see how a certain player does, based out of 10. If you're a 65 out of 100 and something, when I was in school, that was a D-rated player. But again, that's really not telling you much of anything, is it? And so there's a lot of trial and error, I think, that needs to go through. And so the learning curve, I guess, would be, to be fair, is pretty tough. So any other questions? We are still... No one's finished their round yet. But we have lots of replays saving the stuff. And Sam Burns is 5 under par with a 3-shot lead over Nacho Elvira, Jonas Blixt, John Catlin, Xin Zhang, Ryan Moore, Carlos Ortiz, Mark Hubbard, and Ryoku Tokubitsu. Now, if there is a favorite season, and he's got every season from 1980 forward, with real fields, by the way, if that's what you so choose, you can do that. And there are now 123 courses that have been made by the game company, and probably 70, 80 more that have been made by the community. You can make courses for this game. Don't ask me how to do it. I honestly don't know. Any other questions? Comments? Concerns? I really can't stop it until it finishes the round, and I'll show you what it does. Sam Burns, by the way, 6 under 64. Yu Hung Kim and Ryan Moore at 3 under. course, is playing about a shot and a half over par. '94 came with a package. That's a good season. So your Ernie Els won the U.S. Open. Yeah, if you wait for things to go on sale, you can get them by the decade. The entire golf thing is, the decades are on sale too. I forgot how much I picked them up for. It was really, really cheap. I think that is a fair evaluation. Even the football game, the level of details, what you can do each call is beyond what I want. Although football, yeah, Jamie, and I do ignore a lot in the football. It's one of the reasons why I, as a rule, only call offenses. Our dear friend now, Red Sox fan, he loves to call defenses. And it seems to me, as Nacho Elvira makes a 7 on the par 4 13th, I get lost in it. And I think people make mistakes because they do try to get lost in it, trying to make the perfect call. And for me, it just works better to have the defense make the computer make the call for the defense and me do the offenses. I know they've tried to simplify offensive play calling from what they've done in the past, so you don't have to do end run left, end run light, blah 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 blah. But yeah, there's a lot of options here. And this is playing this tournament way too slow. And I don't think I know anybody in the top 10. No, Villegas I know. Anything else? I think of all of their games, and this is Ryan, his son's game, does the most work on this. Dave works on the Big Four. I think the learning curve on this is by far the toughest of the four. And I think because of that, unless a golf tournament simulator is right up your alley and you know you have 3 or 4 players who you know really well, I don't think that this game rewards you for being a casual fan. And I think that's kind of unfortunate, to be honest. So if you have any other comments, I'll read them out loud as you watch the scroll through here. You get a ton of statistics, but again, I'm not sure just how important statistics are for those who want to watch golf. They're important to some degree. You need to know how accurate a golfer is and how far they can hit it and all that. But I think at some point it just becomes Greek. And I think by the offering price of this year, the regular price is $50. It was on sale for 50% off, and if you entered Tour, you got the game for $14.50. So, if anybody from Action PC is watching, what suggestions would you make? I mean, if you know who Sebastian Soderbergh is, you're a better man than I, because I have no idea. But it seems to come with pretty much anybody who teed it up at a PGA Tour event so far this year. Jason Duffner, I know. You know, what you think you're all set. I'll talk to you in a couple minutes anyway. What would you guys like to see added to the game? I think some of the tutorials were better. You know, what would you... I guess maybe the question I have is, what would you like the game to give you for feedback on a shot? You see the percentage, you know how much you miss hit, you know how far you hit to the left or the right. What for you guys would make that more a better experience? What do you want to see as far as feedback's concerned? Personally, I would like to see them get away from having to be so precise on where to land a shot, especially on the fairway. I'd like to see it more in the direction of ASG golf, which is you set the line, you pick the club, and goes from there, as opposed to really having to be so precise to hit it. You know, if your driver says it's going to go 282 yards off the tee, you got to find a spot that's 282 and play with the wind direction and hope that it actually gets to that. That's just me, so we're almost done with this round. You know, so this will be up on YouTube tomorrow night. Okay. SG Jamie says, I was going to say ASG is pretty close to what I want. Yeah, it's me too. Not sure where that type of game could improve. Oh, midlife crisis. Okay, maybe a suggestion after a shot informing us what we could have done differently with the shot. I think the game could be better. The AI could be better at telling you what you should be taking off the tee. Just from playing around here, I know with the wind, I had to change clubs 2 or 3 times, which someone who isn't a diehard golf fan may or may not realize they have to do. Alright, so finish round. Singing Burns, if you're a fan of his. He had a good round. Okay. Now what? Oh, I lost my mouse. Okay. And so that's the main screen you see when you come into the game. And now you're going to see me. Alright, so I guess my initial impressions are not really a lot of changes from last year. Going to have to play some rounds offline to see if the we saw the one thing with Matsuyama on the second hole or third hole of Augusta, where I was able to make par, where probably before I wouldn't have been able to. I think, as I said, I think this particular game is the best, most accurate simulation of championship tournament golf that there is. And I know that a lot of the golf community is still used to playing links and PGA Tour and all that. I think there are things in ASG golf that makes it a more relaxing experience, that gives you so much more information of what you're doing than this. Yep, a few years ago, Tiger at Liverpool during a drought only used his driver twice. I think he won one more after that, but don't hold me to that. But yeah, at Hoylake, it was brown. It was like playing on an English muffin, which is the great thing about golf. You know, what suggestions would you like to see for if you're more of a casual fan? I just think the learning curve is too high to get new people to play this game. If you have it, and I also don't think there are a heck of a lot of changes to see, but for 1450, there's different layouts for a lot of courses, and it's with everything else with Dave Cook Sports. They're all subtle. So if you got it, play around with it. Come back and comment on it. I might do a round at some point and get the screen fixed and all that. So with the game, take that into consideration, you know. I don't know. You can set the course as the cat has a nightmare. Thanks, honey. on my leg into that consideration. But again, I think you as a golfer have to take that in consideration, the course conditions. You can make the courses as firm and as fast as you want. You can make them as slow as you want. You can add wind, you can take away wind. There are a ton of options here. But again, if you're someone who just watches a few Sundays a year, it's going to have a very hard time getting into this. So play around with it and see what you get, I guess. Anything else real quick before we go? So the whole kit and caboodle's on sale, and if you use the word tour in the coupon section, it's $14.50. So, all right, that's my impressions. If you love golf, I guess you got to have it. If you bought it last year, it's $15. But it's always on sale. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Chuckett. We'll talk to you. We will do baseball on Friday. Mr. Gardner and I are taping Digital to Dice, the second anniversary show tomorrow at lunchtime. So we'll look forward to that. And I look forward to talking to you Friday at noontime for the Cardinals and the Pirates right here on Retro Sports Network. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you the next time. Good night, everybody.